What's good, chasers? We back once again, y'all. You already know what the normal is, man. We back with a reaction, just like we always are. We have everything the 2023 NBA season has proven so far. We gonna see. One thing for sure is that my favorite team, as you see on my chest right here, Buzz City, the Hornets, we're not the worst team in the NBA, even though my own fan base thinks that we are. But what's it called? One thing for certain, the Sacramento Kings are a huge surprise. The Pelicans, I don't think the NBA wants, unless you're a Pelicans fan, I don't think the NBA would like the Pelicans to get Scoot Henderson or Victor Wembanyama, because that team would be super dominant, bruh. Like, I wouldn't even know what to say, honestly. But let's get into it. Let's see what these people think.
The grass is not always greener. Like, there's not a
Facts.
lot of guys in the NBA like JB. Like, so, or if you want to get rid of me, like, you know, not to toot my own horn, but I think I'm one of the best players. So I couldn't imagine why you wouldn't want to have two of the best players that are under 25, you know, on your team. And yeah, there are certain rough patches throughout the season, but we've won way more games together than we've lost.
I'm recording this video December 1st, 2022. Well, the Boston Celtics, going back to the top of this year, they've won 77% of their games. That's a 63-win pace, and they have a point differential of plus 749. That's a double-digit win a night. It's crazy because around this time last year, people were suggesting that this duo gets broken up, and even after the winning they've done, it's still...
Yes, I can attest to that. And I agree with that. Because honestly, I wouldn't say I was for it, but it's like, I kind of was already put in my mind to be prepared just in case that happens. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays a lot of players be broken up, especially if you don't get things done in like 2 to 3 years. But it's like, you gotta give credit to the Celtics, man. It's like, Danny Ainge decides to resign and step down. Brad Stevens decides to step down as a head coach. You make it to the finals last year after finally getting over the Eastern Conference hump that you haven't been able to get over. And now you have the situation with your coach, Ime Udoka, and you're still dominating. And like, also you got to give credit where it's due as far as them always adding talent. Like Malcolm Brogdon. I remember this guy used to be a starter. Now he's coming off the bench for them. They got a couple guys who used to be starters coming off the bench for them now. Like, this team's stacked. Shout out to them, because I know a lot of teams like my team who are more on the complacent side, honestly. And it kind of getting a little annoying. Now don't get it twisted. Either way you go, you could be wrong, you could be right. Because it's like, if you're too complacent and don't play the young guys, what if they turn into stars later? You can be pissed. And vice versa. What if you're trading all these people away and keep adding talent, and then this person never gets to shine? So, I mean, take it how you want it.
And what Jason Tatum said, it was 1000% right. This duo has won way more than they've lost at an extremely young age. Before Tatum even turned 25, this duo has been to a finals and 3 conference finals. Besides the team that won 2 championships and went to 3, you know what team has the...
You just seen that Jason Tatum dunk, right? That year I thought that they was going to make it to the finals and challenge the Warriors. Because I knew Cleveland wasn't going to be able to challenge them. I was honestly shocked that LeBron made it that year. I can't even lie. I was shocked that he made it that year, because that Cleveland team around him was some booty cheeks that year. I'm just keeping it a set.
Playoff wins since Jason Tatum entered the league, it's the Boston Celtics.
Oh, wow.
So breaking up this duo never
that.
made sense. Now you look at this mature Celtics team in 2022, a team that's had hurdles, yet they still haven't missed a beat. They lost Ime Udoka in dramatic ass fashion. They lost
That's
Danilo
what I'm
Gallinari
saying.
before the season even started. They have still yet to play with their defensive anchor, yet this team is still 18-4. This season, the Celtics are on pace to have the best offense in NBA history. Obviously, a lot of that is the big leap of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, but also the perfect surrounding cast that fits like a glove. Malcolm
Like
Brogdon
I said,
joined this team and embraced the
I'm
run
a
off the
smart
bench.
guy.
And right now he's shooting 50% from deep on 4 attempts. This team has nearly 5 players shooting 4 3-pointers or more a night, and they're all shooting 44% or better from deep. That's insane. As a team, they lead the league in 3-point attempts and 3-point percentage. You know the last team that did that? It was the 73-9 Golden State Warriors. But one thing that Warriors team kind of always struggled with that this Celtics team doesn't, they don't even really turn the ball over. They're 24th in turnovers a game. This is how efficient my MVP so far, Jason Tatum, has been playing this year. Out of all 10 players that lead the league in usage percentage, he's the only one not averaging 3 turnovers a night. With the shooters this team is surrounded with, allowing Marcus Smart to damn near average.
but at the same time, you gotta think. He doesn't have the ball in his hands 24/7. Yes, he has the ball in his hands a lot, but not 24/7. If you understand what I'm saying. Like, crazy, man. But also, I'm a little disappointed in Tatum because the other day I did a prize picks bet, and this was on the second night of back-to-back against the Heat, and he let me down by only scoring, 15 points? I was mad. And Jaylen Brown went off. That's why I picked Jaylen Brown tonight. But now everybody else let me down. It's like, ugh.
8 dimes a night. And the fact that they're getting one of the best defensive players back, Robert Williams. Look at the impact he's made. I don't know why anybody would ever want to break this duo up for anything. Like, they win. It's proven. The Rudy Gobert experiment, thus far, it's been extremely weird. And with Cat being injured now, it's going to be interesting to see where it goes from here. The crazy thing about this trade, it's not even Rudy's fault per se. When people call this trade historically bad, it's not that Rudy Gobert can't still have the impact that he had in Utah. It's the players and assets they lost for a player that can only produce so much. In this trade, they lost 2 big pieces that made them a lot of what they were last year. Jared Vanderbilt and Patrick Beverley. Last year, the 2 players with the highest defensive rating on their team was Jared Vanderbilt and Patrick Beverley. The player that was second for them last year in steals was Jared Vanderbilt. The player that was first for him last year in deflections was Jared Vanderbilt. It's the energy they brought and the little things they did that I believe Minnesota is now missing. I know he's not playing the best now in LA, but last year,
like I just talked about the Celtics, having them glue guys around them, around the court guys that can do the little things like that, that's very important. You know what I'm saying? It's like with anything in life. You got the nucleus and the core, and you got everything around it that's supporting. That's a formula to win, bruh.
Led this team in charges
Anything in
wrong.
life.
It was Patrick Beverley. Last year, besides their big 3, who had the highest plus minus? It was Jared Vanderbilt and Patrick Beverley. I know that was a lot of talk about Jared Vanderbilt and Patrick Beverley, but now without them, they're relying heavily defensively on D'Lo, who's unattentive and very slow-footed, Anthony Edwards, who has the potential and the athleticism to be great defensively, but he's unfocused at times and he's pretty inconsistent, and Cat, who's still getting used to playing with the big like Rudy Gobert. If you look at their top 5 net positive lineups last year, 4 of the 5 included Jared Vanderbilt, and that was the energy and passion he brought to that team. Now, you scratch all of that for Rudy Gobert, and it's only so much he can do. And this is why this Minnesota Rudy Gobert experiment is so weird to me. When Rudy Gobert is on the court, they're great defensively, yet they struggle offensively. Rudy Gobert is on the court, they're great defensively, yet they struggle offensively. I'm not saying this experiment is all-time bad yet, because last year they were 500 after 22 games. This year they're 500 after 22 games. But now with Cat being gone for who knows how long, and what we seen when this group was together, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too optimistic about it. The Tyrese Halliburton-Sabonis trade is actually becoming a win-win for both teams. I get it. With trades nowadays, we always want to find the team that got fleeced or finessed and laugh at the loser. But so far, I don't really feel like it's been that. Tyrese Halliburton is becoming, if not is, the best young point guard in the NBA in a traditional sense. This man is 22 years old, and he's first in total assists with 33 more than Trae Young in 2 less games and 17 less turnovers. If you want to know how effective he is as a distributor within the flow of an offense, which is extremely rare, look at how much he has the ball compared to like Trae Young and Luka Doncic. It's insane. This year, this man had a 3-game stretch where he averaged 13 assists and didn't have a single turnover. Since he got traded, I know he was sad about leaving Sacramento, but since he got traded and went to Indiana, he leads the league in total assists over Trae Young. It is unreal for a 22-year-old to be first in total assists and like 27th, 28th in turnovers. Also, a positive with this Pacers trade. I remember last year this article about how Miles Turner was kind of being hindered playing with Sabonis. Sabonis really couldn't shoot, meaning Miles had to take 4 threes a night, which has went down since that trade. And now since getting Tyrese Halliburton, in less minutes, Miles' numbers has went up all across the board. Also, on the other side for Sacramento, with the quick evolution of Tyrese last year, it was probably hurting De'Aaron's ability to truly maximize his skill set, and Sacramento needed him to because he was on a big contract. You could see in their last 24 games together, Tyrese was quickly becoming their best decision maker and probably their best player overall, and De'Aaron was struggling because of it. But now, without Tyrese, look at De'Aaron since. The Kings added Kevin Huerter, who's shooting 45% from deep, and he fits a lot better with De'Aaron Fox. They stole Malik Monk from LA and paired those old Kentucky teammates back together, and right now they have the 3rd most efficient offense, only behind Phoenix and Boston. So right now with the Pacers, you have Tyrese, Benedict Mathurin, Buddy Hield, and Miles Turner, and they're 4th in the East. In Sacramento, they've become like the surprise team in the NBA, and give Mike Brown his credit. He's changed the culture. They even have this new beam game when they win. Everything to me.
After you give Mike Brown his flowers, give me my flowers. Because what did I say before I started this video? They were the surprise team. The funny part is, I really don't even watch nobody else because I can afford League Pass right now. And on top of that, I don't got time to be watching other teams. I only care about my team, honestly. But I like basketball, and I love basketball.
Like a win-win, and I'm happy for both sides.
That's cool.
In my bold predictions video 2 months ago, I picked the Lakers to win 50 games. And yeah, early in the season, my ass got laughed at. I'm not even making it seem like, oh yeah, they're winning some games, so yeah, I told you so. Because after a few losses early in the season, I was even questioning my own logic. But one thing I did say, I'm not saying they're going to win 50 games, whatever, I'm probably wrong on that. But one thing I did say that I'm seeing the impact of now, they missed what I now believe to be their best player, Anthony Davis, for half the season. I said, of course they'd be bad because 90% of the league would, especially their best player on both sides. And now Anthony Davis came back and he's playing the best basketball maybe of his LA life, and you can see the impact. Anthony Davis in 2022 is their best player. Anthony Davis in 2022 is their most important player. That's not a slight at LeBron. He should be. When LeBron went down against Sacramento and he missed like 5 games, look at what Anthony Davis has been doing since. What Vince Carter said the other day, I believe has a lot of truth to it. It took LeBron going down for Anthony Davis to unlock what he used to be in New Orleans. In those first 11 games, when Anthony Davis was still kind of deferring to LeBron and LeBron was hurting them because he was missing a lot of shots, they were 2-9 and they had a point differential of -92, meaning they were losing by damn near 10 a night. When LeBron went out, I believe Anthony Davis' play ignited them winning 6 out of their last 9. Should have been 7 if they didn't lose to Indiana. And now they have a point differential of +69. All this proves to me is Anthony Davis is now the driving force of this Lakers team. Look at Lonnie Walker in the first 11 games prior to LeBron getting injured, and I know he's back now, but before he got injured, and look at him after he went out and when Anthony Davis started playing out of his mind. Austin Reeves, oh my God, the exact same thing as soon as LeBron got hurt and Anthony Davis started playing great. This team is still not the best three-point shooting team, but if they're not going to be the best team shooting from deep, they have to at least combat that defensively. Last year, they were awful defensively, and a lot of that is because they didn't have Anthony Davis. With Anthony Davis, they were top 10. Without him, they were by far the worst. So at this point of their careers, and like I said, it should be this way. LeBron was playing great last year. They were still losing a lot of games. Anthony Davis is the cake, and LeBron is very important icing, but he's icing them. And lastly, the Orlando Magic 1000% made the right choice. Around the draft,
Hell yeah.
Woj had pretty much reported that the top 3 picks were set in stone. Jabari Smith Jr. is going to Orlando, Chet Holmgren is going to Oklahoma City, which he did, and Paolo Banchero is going to Houston. That's what we all thought was going to happen. But Orlando surprised everybody and picked Paolo, a player that didn't even work out in Florida for him. And right now, it's looking like the best choice they probably could have ever made. Paolo is averaging 23 and 7. Paolo has scored 20 or more in 11 out of his first 15 games. And he's clearly, as a rookie, a lot more NBA ready than Jabari Smith Jr. Right now, Jabari Smith looks raw. He can't really create his own shot, and he's not in a system that really implements him in the offense effectively. And clearly, he's not that life-changing piece for a franchise like I believe Paolo can be. I know it's early, but if you look at shots off the dribble where you kind of have to create something for yourself, which you would want your #1 pick to be able to do, Jabari Smith is shooting 30%. Paolo is almost at 50%. In Paolo's first game, I mean, he damn near scored 30. He was the first rookie to score that much since Allen Iverson in '96. He was the first rookie to score 25 and 5 since LeBron, so it was pretty evident. So right now, a quarter into the season, Paolo looks like a player that's been here for about 3 years. And Jabari Smith looks like a 19-year-old playing against grown-ass men. If you guys like this video, like this video. If you are still here, do not leave. Part 2 will be coming.
He wasn't lying in that video though, man. But at the same time, give me my flowers, bruh. I know what I be talking about. Give me my flowers, bruh. But that's the end of that video, Chasers. You know how it is, man. On to the next one.